Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK. And today I want to introduce you to these new products that were coming along very, very soon. This is the Waves of the Ocean product suite. And we've got the Waves of Inspiration stamp set and Waves dies. Now these two products here are an early release from the next annual catalogue. So all of these products that I'm going to show you today are available in my online shop between the 1st of March and the 2nd of May 2022. These products, however, will then appear in the May annual catalogue that launches on the 3rd of May. So you'll be able to get your hands on the stamp set and the dies for quite some time, over a year, but these are only going to be available between the 1st of March and the 2nd of May 2022. So this designer series paper is the Waves of the Ocean paper. It's 12 by 12 and comes with 6 double-sided designs, and you get 2 sheets of each of those. Lots of lovely blues and greens in there. In fact, we've got Night of Navy, Pacific Point and Coastal Cabana. And there's also on the other sides there are some sort of pinks and yellows. So we've got Petal Pink, Calypso Coral, Daffodil Delight in there. And I think that's Petal Pink. And I can't remember if I mentioned Granny Apple Green on there. So lots of absolutely stunning designs, and I believe these were created by pouring paint and then mixing that around. So it does look like a very chalky sea, doesn't it? And we've certainly had quite a lot of them around the UK recently. So yeah, we've got lots of these designs, and then we've got a mix of the colours on the other sides as well. Let me just show you these ones. Just absolutely stunning. So that's the designer series paper, and this is the design that I have been using, I think. No, it's that one actually. So I'll show you the card that I have made with that, and I'm going to make another one. Also available for the just during March up to the launch of the catalogue in May is this foil pack. Again, you get 2 of each colour. We've got Night of Navy, Coastal Cabana and a silver there, and 12 by 12 sheets on that. There is also another exclusive product, which is the jewels that go with this suite. Unfortunately, I don't have them because I was so keen to get my hands on the rest of these products that unfortunately when I ordered, the jewels weren't actually available yet. So I will be getting them. They'll be on my next order, promise. But those jewels are a mix of sizes, and they've got the same sort of colours. So we've got Coastal Cabana, Night of Navy and Pacific Point on those as well. So let me put the paper and the foil out of the way, and I will show you the card that I have made so far. What I tend to do when I get new dies, if I'm not sure what they look like, is I'll just cut them out, and then I can have a bit of a play with them. So I cut out that, and I then kind of thought, do they layer up? And you could, and I did kind of think about just having the one layer, and then I kind of thought, well, that's an awful lot of waste there. So when I cut the dies out of the colours that I wanted to use to go with the paper I had chosen, I cut one from just white card, and I also cut one from Coastal Cabana, and I carefully peeled off the Coastal Cabana. I think maybe that bit did come away and I put it back down again. I carefully peeled it away and tried to leave as much in situ there so that I knew what went where. Okay, so oops, did all that nice and carefully until now. There we go. I think that bit will go in there somewhere. But I'm just going to leave this to the side, and I've got my white that I've cut, and I used those pieces on that one, so I'm just doing the opposite with this one. We're going to have white tops to the waves, and I will put the Coastal Cabana on the inside there. So I've already cut a piece of my designer series paper, and I just have to decide which way round I want to use it. No, I do. I want to use it that way. So I have glue that I've decanted into a smaller bottle with, but if you have a fine tip glue pen or something like that, then you could use that instead. I've got my silicone mat, and I'm just going to add glue to the kind of wider parts of this. It doesn't all have to be perfectly glued down, just so that it doesn't kind of lift off my card blank will be enough. Just checking I've still got that on camera. Yeah. So yeah, the kind of wider parts are easier to get glue on, and as long as you've got it around the edges and the tips of these bits there, you don't want to lift off your card. That should be fine. Okay, to the side. So my paper is 9.5 by 13.5 centimeters. So it's actually just a little bit longer than my die cut. I just want to try and get that kind of central and straight. Okay. Now it kind of looks like I've missed that bit there, so I can just put a little bit on that to hold that down. And then it is a case of simply just doing a little puzzle. So the bit that came off earlier, I'm just going to put the glue straight into there along at the ends, definitely, and then pop that piece in place like so. Then you've got tiny little pieces, so you might want to use tweezers. I'm not sure if I'm any better with tweezers than my nails, to be honest. No, probably not. So I find it easier to put glue in the hole and then stick the card piece in there. So next little bit. And then just build up that picture. By filling those in place. So I will continue to do that, and fast forward so that you don't have to watch me painstakingly piece all of these little bits in place. Okay, so that's us got all of those bits in there, and I want to back that, as you'll see that I did with that one, with one of the pieces of that gorgeous foil. And this time I'm going to use the Coastal Cabana one. So let me bring in my paper trimmer. And I want this layer to be 10 centimetres by 14. Okay, so a little bit bigger than my designer series paper was. But obviously you're not going to see it all, so I'm not going to waste this. I am going to gut it. So I'm just going to take a bit out of the centre that I can use to die cut something else later on. And I'm not being terribly precise about it. And I probably could have got more out, well, I definitely could have got more out of it. But I've got enough. And if you don't quite manage the corners, just bring in your snips and chop in. So I've got that bit I can use later on. And I've got that bit to back this piece with. Okay, and I've already gone ahead and made a Night of Navy card base, and again stamped just with basic grey on that. So I'll just glue up these bits just now. Okay, so I want to add my sentiment. Now I did a happy birthday on this one and used the smaller of the tags, and I also added a couple of clouds. Now those dies, you've got the outline of the cloud, and then you've got this other one that you can just simply glue that second layer on, just to give your clouds a little bit more of definition, which I think is lovely. And I do like the detail there, and as you can see, it cuts a hole at the end that I threaded my ribbon through for that, and just popped up on dimensionals. So in the stamp set, you've got a couple of other sentiments. You're totally awesome, your strength is an inspiration, the happy birthday I've used, and our friendship is a thing of beauty. I have already just gone ahead and stamped the You're So Totally Awesome in Night of Navy onto white, and this time I cut it with the larger of the two dies there. So because this is bigger, I kind of don't really want to add in the clouds this time, but I do still want to add in some ribbon. So I am just threading that through round the back, and this time I'm going to have my bow at this side rather than with this one I had it there. Okay, so let me get my ribbon snips, give myself plenty of ribbon to play around with, and as I say, I will pop that up on dimensionals, but I'm actually going to tie the ribbon first. So just tying a little bow on there, and then I can play about with it and make sure that I'm happy with my bow and where I've got it. Why can't I tie a bow? probably should have cut more ribbon. There we go. We have a bow of sorts. Let me just play around with that. I don't want a huge bow, I just want a smaller one. Bring that tail down a little bit, like so. And I think I want that to be a little bit closer to there. Yeah, and that's why I didn't put the dimensionals on straight away. You've got a little bit of leeway with it. But I'm going to pop my dimensionals so that they actually do hold that ribbon in place in the middle of that die cut. As you can see, you've got that little notch bit there. Okay, so I'm putting them either side of that ribbon, and I'll just put an extra one on for luck in the middle there. Okay, take my backings off. Now, to give me a little bit extra room to play about, if I put a little bit of multi-purpose wet glue on there, twist that back round, make sure that my ribbon is okay, and pop that there. Now, if I found, oh, I've got some glue on there, I'll need to get that off. If I found that my ribbon was just a little bit too slack still, but I didn't want to kind of faff about with it, I could always just pull it in, put a bit of tape. Let's just do it to show you what I mean. Pull it tight, a little bit of tape on that side, pull it tight, a little bit of tape there, so any excess is just on there and it's nice and tight on the bottom there. I'll take a little bit of baby wipe or something and take that glue off. Just very gently. So that I'm not affecting the paper, but I want to get that glue off of that foil. Okay, so as good as I'm going to get it right now, I will play about with it more. And again, just make sure I'm happy with my ribbon and chop those tails a bit. There we are. Now, as I said, I don't have the jewels to go with this, but I do have a Night of Navy blend. This is the dark one, so I can just colour some of these just basic rhinestones with my Night of Navy blend. It dries pretty quickly and I can use them, but I'll just, now that we've got my ribbon on there, I can glue this piece in place. Make sure I've got some glue in that corner actually. On there, just keeping that little border around. Then add in my little gems. And I've just done 3, so I quite like to do them in a kind of triangle put one on there. And I'll do one there as well. So there we go, got two different cards with the same products that are brand new from the 1st of March. So I can't put links to these products in my blog at the moment because they're not live on the website yet, but I will list the products and the numbers so that when they do go live, you can grab them. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next time, take care. Bye bye.